Hello everyone, welcome back to some more bridge. Haven't recorded any videos of anything recently, just haven't really been into it. But I do like playing bridge, and the weekly Reddit weekly is enough of an event for me to be like, yeah, let's record that. The last one I did, I finished in record time because I just felt like I wasn't that interested in it. We'll see if I can recapture my spark or whatever for making videos. Anyways, this is, as usual, an 8-board match point tournament with best hand. If you're interested in joining, there's information in the description below. Let's get started here with a strong hand for sure. 20 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losers. I mean, I think this is kind of on the borderline between 1 spade and 2 clubs. If the King of Hearts were the King of Diamonds, I think you would definitely open 2 clubs. Even though like 5, 4, 3, 1 is not a good hand shape to have for 2 clubs because, you know, when you open 2 clubs and bid a suit, partner's going to justifiably expect at least 5 very good trumps, but often 6 quite good trumps. I don't think our spades are really good enough, and like also, you know, you end up having to bid, like, to show this hand, you have to bid 2 spades and then 3 diamonds, right? And so you haven't really gained any space over opening 1 spade and bidding 3 diamonds. So I prefer to have a more one-dimensional hand when I open 2 clubs because it uses up so much space. Yeah, I think this is a 1 spade hand. You could also maybe argue for opening 2 no trump. Because, like, yeah, the stiff King of Hearts, obviously not great, you know. But it's stopper-ish. And your hand is balanced-ish. I don't think I should do that, but there might be some people who would. On BBO, I'm sure a lot of people will, because people love opening 2 no trump for no reason. But I think it's something worth thinking about. I don't think it's worth doing. I'm opening a spade. If partner passes, I'll be disappointed, but I won't be like, oh no, we definitely missed a game. Partner bids 2 hearts. That's quite a bid to see. You know, he's a passed hand, so obviously this isn't as game forcing as 2 hearts usually is. But it shows nearly an opening hand and at least 5 good hearts. So we're definitely going to game, and I think slam is still in the picture. I'll bid 3 diamonds and see what partner's got in mind. You can't pass this. It doesn't say forcing, but if you pass this, I'm calling the police. Okay. Well, I mean, I could bid 3 no, but I think I should just bid 4 hearts. Alright, partner's whole hand appears to be hearts. And if we play in no trump, we're not going to win many of those hearts. Plus, it's possible partner has a diamond stiff, right? And 3 no could get roasted. Yeah, let's just bid 4 hearts. Okay, I mean, I could have hoped for a better trump suit, but this isn't a disaster. Jack of clubs, huh? No. Hopefully they don't get club ruffs, but there's not much I can do about it if they're going to. Okay, I love that East is winning this. Yeah, we definitely want to win this in dummy. Well, North, which is declarer, I guess. And we are going to make the contract at least. Okay, and now we can ruff and pitch a diamond on a spade. If they hadn't let a spade there, or if they hadn't let even a low spade would have given me a bit of trouble. Anything but the ace of spades, and it's sort of unclear. Well, yeah. The Ace of Spades is the only card where I have no guesses left. If you lead a low spade, I have to guess what to do. If you lead a diamond, I have to guess that suit. I guess the 10 of diamonds also removes all my guesses. Okay, so there are two worst cards you could play. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know what I would do if West hadn't played a spade. Like, you could take the spade finesse, or you could take the diamond finesse, or you could try to play a diamond spade squeeze, all of which I think are defensible. It's hard to know which is going to be right. I mean, we can look at the layout and see which would have worked, but the point is which one is better. Anyway, 78%. Perfectly lovely. I wonder what the field is doing here. Probably overbidding. Because look at my sedate auction here, right? I could easily have bid this way with, like, if my ace king of clubs were two small clubs, I could bid this way. Maybe that would be a slight overbid to bid 3 diamonds there, but I don't think so. So, yeah, they might get carried away thinking they have to bid more just because their hand is good, but partner's limited and his bids are not super duper encouraging for slam, so I think you should just sign off in a game that we'll probably make. Or they might try no trump. How does no trump do? It does all right, I think. But not as well as 4 hearts. Like, they don't have a suit to run, but you have to lose 2 hearts and a spade at least, which I did not lose. So the extra 10 points for no trump does not make up for that. All right, 1 club. We have 8 certain tricks. I mean, I guess you can construct a layout where I would have to lose a heart, but that's not real life. Right? The opposing hearts could be divided 6-0. Partner could have none. Lefty could have 6. And East could give West... I guess there could... Yeah, East could give West like a trump motion, right? Something like that. But in real life, we're always taking 7 hearts and a spade. So the question is, do you bid 1 heart here? Do you bid more hearts? Do you double and bid hearts? I don't really care for double and bid hearts when I have very little defense. So, like, do I bid 1 heart or 4 hearts is the main question then? I guess this is, one of the guidelines they teach beginners for how much to preempt is to count how many tricks you think you can take with no help from partner, and then bid something beyond that number depending on the vulnerability, right? At unfavorable, overbid by 2, equal by 3, and favorable by 4. Here, I have 8 tricks. I'm unfavorable, so I could overbid by 2 and bid 4 hearts. The idea being, I guess, that... What? No, okay, interesting. An AWS outage may affect BBO. Good to know. Well, we may have to take a pause in the recording. I mean, I don't think it would be crazy to bid 4 hearts here. That's... You have to ask, though, what... If lefty bids 4 spades, are you going to be happy? I think I would be unhappy. Because I don't know if I should bid more or sell out. And they're probably making 4 spades in that case. I think I'm just going to bid a quiet 1 heart. Let's see how that goes. Partner bids 2 diamonds. 3 hearts? 3 hearts is game forcing, huh? Well, that's fair enough, I guess. Okay. Well, I mean, I said I have 8 tricks and partner has 2. They found the spade lead, trump lead, so I can't get a spade ruff. So the question is, can I set up another trick some other way, perhaps in diamonds? Where are the opposing high card points? I have 15. There's 8 in dummy is 23. The opponents have 17. East shows 12 and West shows 6. So, like, that's one more than they actually have. So they're a bit light for their bid. Neither one of them has much extra. That isn't really enough information. But I think I can afford to take a diamond finesse right now. And then maybe play ace and a diamond, maybe repeat the diamond finesse depending on how things go. They can't actually afford to knock out my ace of spades, because I can duck the first round, and if they play a second round of spades, I can win the ace in a ruff. So I'll still have a spade loser left to pitch on the diamond. I guess the 6. The 7's never an entry, so there's no point playing higher than necessary here. Any honor, I'd be very happy. Uh-oh. The AWS adjunt's got him. Yeah. Ah, no. West has produced a card. Also, of course, we know the spades are 5-3 from one spade and then double. Right, they play sport doubles here. Not sure how relevant that is, but worth knowing at least. Yeah. So the point of this play is to cut me off from dummy so that I can't play ace of diamonds, ruff a diamond, and then win the 10. So I think the best I can do here is win the ace and duck a spade, hoping they don't figure out they're supposed to return a spade. But I think it's best to ruff a club first, just in case this sets up, like, you know, if East has 6 clubs, this roughs out West's last club, and maybe that could be relevant in some sort of squeeze ending. I don't think it can be, but yeah, because that would be East guarding. Well, maybe a double squeeze around spades would work that way. I don't remember for sure, but it type 1 RFL, so we would be caching clubs, then hearts, then diamonds. That might actually work. Yeah. So I think if East has 6 clubs, we won't need to finesse West for the diamond. I don't know. I mean, this is the kind of squeeze that only does anything if the diamond finesse was working anyway. But it sort of helps you not have to commit to the diamond finesse. Okay, so West had 1 heart. What am I doing? I was supposed to duck a spade. See if they would let me get a ruff. I got confused. Got carried away thinking about the squeeze. That is never going to work. Shoot. Because now if I duck a spade, they can return a diamond, cutting me off from dummy before I'm ready. What do I think is happening in clubs? Because we know West had exactly 5 spades and 1 heart is 6. Which gives them 7 minor suit cards. But East has longer clubs than diamonds. So... the squeeze is not working at all. I'm just going to throw away these stupid... I haven't been counting spades very carefully, I gotta say that. West has pitched a couple and East has pitched 1, I think. Okay, there's no way West is doing that, holding the king of diamonds. So we just jump on this and hope the spades are good. Or that the last diamond drops, yeah. So... this may look like, oh no, you know, you wasted some time here, like, or some diamond tricks here. But the 6 wasn't actually good because West carefully hung on to all of his diamonds. Yeah. I mean, it turned out all right, but I did not play that correctly. Oh, right. This is a barometer, yes. So we see 68%. Another fine score. Not 80, but 70. This is another excellent hand. Not as good as the first one. Well, maybe it is. I mean, it's the same number of high card points. The shape is less appealing, but we don't have the stiff king of hearts. Or, for that matter, any stiff kings, of course. This one, I think it would be more defensible to open 2 no trump. But I think I'm fine with 1 club and then 2 hearts. Okay, or if partner bids hearts, we can do more than that. I guess we just bid 4 hearts here, showing a balanced 20 count with 4 card support, basically. I mean, partner should know what to do. Wow, I'm surprised you would pass with such a monster over there, partner. Not saying slam is guaranteed, but given my actual hand, slam is good. And there are some hands I might have where slam would be even better. Plus, you have all the kings defended on the opening lead. In case I'm missing an ace, they have to lead into your kings. Well, I mean, I think you just win this and play on trump, right? Ace of hearts, heart to the queen 10, and guess? No, there's nothing to guess. You just hope East doesn't have king and jack, king jack X. Yeah, I don't think there's any reason to play differently. All right. I mean, I don't really care the trump or 4-0. I'm happy West has them all, basically. And you can't give yourself a rough, so I can claim here. $16 points. Finally a straightforward opener. No decisions to make. A decision here. All right, partner's inviting. We're in the middle of the range, not max nor min. Generally speaking, on hands like with 17 I accept, with 15 I decline, with 16 I think about it. And, you know, one of my rules is if I'm 4-3-3, I generally say no. If I'm not 4-3-3, I generally say yes. The spots here are pretty bad. And I don't have a 5-card suit, so I think it would be reasonable to pass here. Yeah, I think I will, actually. This is a bit pessimistic. I expect the field will be bidding game, but I'd rather not. So, I mean, we have 8 tricks. Could be pretty cool to just cash those out, huh? Because this field is not making 3-no. Unless, like, the King of Hearts drops stiff. So I guess you cash all the diamonds and then presumably all the clubs. And then, depending on how the opponents have pitched, you might cash the Ace of Hearts or you might do something else. Try to exit a spade, throw them in, for example. Heart is gone. They've both pitched a club, so I think it's pretty safe to play a club now. Yes. There's only one club remaining, right? Yes. Nobody pitched any spades. So, if you had to make 3-no here, you would exit a spade. And then if the suit is 4-4, they can only cash 4 of them, and one of them will have to lead a heart. And then, as long as the honors are divided and you guess correctly who has which, you can make 3. But often, spades will be 5-3, and exiting a spade won't gain you anything. Sometimes they'll be even worse than 5-3, and exiting a spade costs you your safe 2-no trump contract. And even if they are 4-4, the hearts might not be favorable. So I think you just play Ace of Hearts heart here and make your 2. Satisfied with your, maybe even smug in your judgment. Yeah, making 2. Don't think we could have done better. Yeah, should be a great score. There's no end play because East can keep all the spades very comfortably. 34! Ugh. Are they really, like, leading a heart against 3-no, but not a heart against 2-no? I can't find any other explanation for this. Presumably 3-no is making, but obviously it can't. So it must be that the defenders behave differently against 3 than 2, and the opening lead is the obvious time for that to happen. So against 3-no, West must be leading a heart. That's sad. I deserve better. Oh well. 15 points. East has opened my 6-card suit. You could overcall a heart here. Obviously, normally you should have 5 cards to overcall anything, but they're very good hearts. And generally speaking, length in righties suit is a reason to bias in favor of overcalling if it's at all close. Like, I'm not saying every time you have length in righty suit you should overcall a 4-card suit, but it is one factor that should push you in that direction. Because it means your strength will be over the opponent's strength, and your partnership's shortness will be over the opponent's shortness in general, right? So you're more... The suit will behave favorably for you. you should be more inclined to declare. You should feel safer getting into the auction. But I kind of think if I bid a heart and then clubs, 2 clubs will not be natural. Whereas if I wait and then bid clubs, it will be natural, which is what I want. I want to overcall in clubs. So I think we will stay silent here. And then try 2 clubs. Yeah, Gib agrees this shows clubs. And if I get doubled here, I mean, I like my chances. Well, I like my chances, although if they double, I might change my mind. Let's put it that way. Okay, well, I'm certainly glad I just made this one call. I'm getting out of here. And we get to play hearts after all. Huh. I didn't think that would end the auction. So what's going on here? We should think about this before we make the lead. It seems obvious to run out 4 rounds of hearts and then say, all right, enjoy your clubs, idiot. But West may be able to produce some tricks in spades and diamonds. So what's going on? East has 2 spades, probably? East could have 3. But would you offer 2 hearts instead of 2 spades if you were like 3-4, 2-4 or something? Maybe you would. But I don't think so, because like it's not like West is gonna have 4 hearts. So 2 hearts is at best a 7-card fit anyway. So I think if you were 3-4, 2-4, you should just bid 2 spades, because you know that's a 7-card fit, and 2 hearts might or might not, might be or might be worse. So I don't think you should get involved with hearts. Was 2 diamonds forcing over the overcall? Unclear. It should be, because 8+ means unlimited, but they don't say forcing. So Gib might not know it should be forcing. I have 15. East has, on average, 13. That leaves 12 for the other 2 players. I mean, West really ought to be 5-5 in spades and diamonds and have 3 hearts. That would leave West no clubs. Okay. I mean, I think that's what should happen. But I would not be at all surprised if West had only 4 diamonds. Or maybe only 4 spades and 5 diamonds? That's certainly possible in this auction, actually. Either way, that's West with just a singleton club. So, yeah, I really like the idea of drawing trump. What? 4-4. 4 in both is not something I had on my bingo card. Okay, I'm still going to draw trump, I guess. So 7 and my 15. 22. 13-ish here. So there's about 5 for partner, give or take a point. So we could play a diamond, hope partner has the ace, and get a ruff or something. But that might just give away the diamond suit. I still think East shape ought to be 2, 4, 3, 4. Yeah, I don't want to lead anything. Enjoy. What did partner pitch on this? It was a diamond, wasn't it? No, it was a club? Should have paid more attention. The AWS outage continues, or has returned. It seemed like the auction, the first 3 tricks went quickly. Oh, I have been removed. like I said, maybe I'll have to adjourn here. If I get kicked out again, I'll go take a break for half an hour or something and see if things are improved. Yeah. Okay. Back in a bit. All right. I'm back. I think that took a little more than half an hour for them to resolve their issue. I don't know if it's resolved, but we did at least make it through the previous trick, so... I remember I led 4 rounds of hearts, and partner pitched something on the third heart. I think it was a club, but I'm not 100%. It could have been a diamond. This was a while ago now. And now he's pitching a spade, so partner presumably has Jack fifth. Or I suppose could have 4 or 5 small. That would be a bummer, because then the spades would be running. But it looks to me like Declare has ace X, 10 fourth, and then, 7 cards in the minors. Presumably including most of the honors. It's still slow. But we're hanging in there, it looks like. Okay. So the partner does have Jack fifth. Fairly sure now. Yes. So Declare had ace X, 10 fourth. And, an opening hand, so most of these cards. All right, partner had just a singleton club. Or none? But I think partner pitched one. 6, 1, 2, so East had 4. So has 3 remaining, right? Pitched one on the third spade. Well, had 3. Now has played the 9, has just the king jack left. So I just exit a diamond here. And await glory for either me or partner. I guess I've miscounted. Partner didn't pitch a club. Partner started with 0 clubs. So East had 5 and only 3 diamonds. Well, nothing I can do besides ace in a club here and let partner get a diamond at the end, hopefully. So, I think discretion was the better part of valor here. Just not trying to get involved with a heart, and then later getting involved when I can show my actual hand. Turns out to have been quite risky, right? They could have taken a bite out of 2 clubs, probably. If partner runs to 2 diamonds, I think you should pass that. But the opponents continued on bidding, and then I just defended and beat them. You don't got to bid a ton to get the match points on many boards, right? Defending, you can win lots of match points defending if you defend the right contracts and you defend them correctly. I hate this. Unfavorable 4 hearts? I don't really think you can pass this. It's too good a hand. You just have to double and hope partner makes an appropriate choice about whether to bid or pass. I'm rooting for a pass, but if he bids 4 spades, he'll probably have a reason. Okay. I don't even know what to lead. Diamond? Okay. Now definitely a club shift to defang the dummy so that I can continue diamonds without giving up a trick, or without setting up a trick for Declare and dummy, let's say. There's no way Declare is underleading ace, king, jack. Okay. my diamonds are not good for anything. I can throw these away. All right, sure. Pretty hard to take a number of tricks other than 5 there. No, that's not true. If you were a bad player, you could take only 4 tricks. Diamond, diamond, declare roughs, crosses, and clubs, pitches on the 3rd diamond. So we're outscoring a few dummies, it looks like. A lot of heart contracts today. Maybe some people are too afraid to double? What does 5 diamonds do? You lose a diamond, a club, and a heart? No. You can actually get rid of the heart on a spade. If you win the first heart, East never gets in to cash it, so you can afford to lose a trump. And West can't cash the heart, so you still get to pitch it on a spade. So you do make 5 diamonds. Or 4 spades, maybe? That one's a little less clear. But I guess the same general idea applies. You just don't actually rough anything. You just draw a 4 trump. East never gets in. And you end up winning the same tricks, right? 4 spades, a heart is 5, 4 diamonds is 9, 2 clubs is 11. And they really can't stop you. So I guess that should be the par contract. North-South making 5 spades. Well, 4 spades plus 1. Because East-West don't have a good save available against that. Oh, I guess, well, no. Of course, par is playing 3-0. Making 5. Very funny. Okay, I'm glad partner didn't fight me on playing spades. Jack of diamonds really ought to be singleton. And I am going to take the heart finesse here. I don't have unlimited trumps, so I can't just like try to rough all of these. I'd like to set something up. All right, thanks. It wasn't singleton. Don't give him a heart rough. Don't you dare. Okay. You guys can have 3 clubs. I'll draw trump and cash hearts. Okay, whatever, man. I'll play it out if you want. Oh, I guess their point is I don't know the 8 of hearts is a winner. If the suit is 5-2, they might get the 9. That's true. All right, now you can have 3 hearts. Clubs. I'll take 2 tricks. Okay. Ooh, another big hand. 22 balanced. The book bid for 22 balanced is 2 clubs. Is there a reason to downgrade this to 2 no? The Jack X of spades is a bit weak, but that doesn't really make 2 no a more accurate description of the hand. Partner has 4 spades. Okay. Three, 4, 5, 6 tricks. Probably a 7th by finessing in spades. We have to unblock the jack at trick 1 to make sure that's an option. Tricks 8 and 9 remain very much in question. Finesses in the minors are possible. Setting up a long minor is possible. Neither is guaranteed, and it's difficult to do many of them. Do you just stick in the queen here while you can? I don't think East should be doing this if he has the king, right? Certainly double dummy, that's true. Single dummy, does he know that's true? Right, he might be holding, like, I don't know, king fourth and hope his partner has queen 10x or something. Even that's not quite enough for it to be a good idea to attack the suit, because my 9 might set up. Like, I could just duck here, and West has a really tough time leading anything. But if East does have the king of clubs, now is my chance to take a finesse. I don't think I'm going to. I don't believe East would lead away from a king here. Now what? Oh, East played the 3 and then the 5 and then the 2 or something like that. So actually it's apparently a doubleton. So East had king jack, West had king jack 10x. That's why he felt safe leading the king later. So if I can get West to lead a club, they're not going to be happy. So what if I play a bunch of hearts? And then I, like, finesse in spades, then play ace of spades, spade to West. He'll have to lead a minor, right? That's the idea. I'm not sure whether I'm going to concede the 9 of hearts before doing all that. Probably not, but I haven't worked it out. Oh, and this is the last board. So we're almost done. Okay, now we could play a heart, but if East wins it and puts a diamond through, then the end play against West kind of falls apart. So I think we try this spade finesse, which I think is probably working. Nope. Great. Now what? Diamond, I think. Well, we're not going to make the contract. How do we minimize the under tricks? What's going on in spades? I think West has 2 small and East has 1 small. Or somebody pitched 1, I think. Maybe East? No, East hasn't had a chance to pitch. West. Yeah. The only discard has been on this last round of hearts that just happened. Everybody followed everything else. So the remaining spades, there are 3 of them. I think West has 2 and East has 1. East isn't leading that because it would give me the ace of spades. So if I think West has 2 spades and 2 clubs, he only has 1 diamond? But he pitched 1 here. I don't think you would bear the king like this, right? So we take the finesse, cash ace of diamonds, then queen of clubs, club to West, who gives us the ace of spades. God, I'm so bad at this game. What is happening in clubs? East had one. West had... Oh, of course. Fucking robots. Yes, West said, oh, sure, it's safe to exit with the king of clubs because Declare can always drop it if he wants. I forgot that he would do that. I thought he must have king jack 10x because it's so dangerous otherwise. Huh. Well, definitely misread that one. I assume a bad score here. If I hit refresh, maybe? Okay, 36 isn't that bad. Certainly could have done better, even at the very end. Well, yeah, I guess as long as I play a low diamond here, right? No? Doesn't matter? West wins the jack. Oh, right, because East doesn't have to pitch a club. But I guess if he instead pitches a spade, he gets end played with the last club, so it doesn't matter. I see. Okay. Well, a fine performance this week. Did my best work on board 5 by just being willing to keep my nose out of an auction that I don't belong in. Like, yes, I did bid something, but I didn't go crazy because I have a good hand. Right. I took my one shot to describe my hand to partner, and he said, no thanks. And the opponents made it very clear that I should not get involved, so I stopped. Guessed diamonds right on this one, sort of. Here... Oh, right, for being willing to play in partner's hard suit. Here, I still think I deserved a great score. The 34 is insulting. Like I said, I assume they advance 3-0, West leads a heart for some reason. And then you can't really help but make 3. I don't think this double here is going to be unusual. I think most people will do it. And once you have, the defense is relatively clear, although you can make a mistake at trick 2. So I think we're getting most of our match points from people who didn't double. $85%, huh? I guess for getting the hearts right. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Well, that's today's event. This week's event. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.